Alright, if you're watching right now, go ahead and leave a comment down below so I can know that you guys can hear me well and everything's working. Let me recenter the camera. There we go. So I'm not a giant anymore. Alright. Yeah, so if you're watching, go ahead and leave a comment. Just to make sure that I can hear you guys fine, or I can see your comments fine and you can hear me fine. Today we are playing with the new update that enables smooth movement. As you can see here with the move controllers, I can move smoothly, no more snap turning. So this is a great update. I was definitely not a fan of having to use snap turning all the time when playing with the move controllers. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. As I said, go ahead and leave a comment down below so I can make sure that you guys can hear me fine. Let me go here in the settings and I'm going to adjust this, see if I can turn up the speed a little bit for the smooth turning. VR, smooth turning, rotation speed. Let's turn it up a little bit. Now for those that are prone to motion sickness, you don't have to use smooth turning. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's nice and quick. It snaps very well. That looks like it's out of place. I don't feel like that's supposed to be right there. Alright, yeah, I can turn very quickly now. This is great. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna equip. Got my arrows. Okay, I have my bow already. Very nice. Cool. And another great feature of this update is I can now keep my weapons unsheathed. They don't come out whenever I move my hands around anymore. That was a big problem. It resulted in me shield bashing people in town all the time by accident. So I'm very happy that's not in the game anymore. And another great thing is they actually added a crosshair on the screen when you're using spells. So this is cool. As you can see here, I have two little crosshairs that pop up whenever I'm aiming. And that's definitely helpful because it's hard to tell, you know, if I point my hand here, where exactly is the spell going to go? That was something that was near impossible if you didn't have that crosshair on the screen. You just kind of had to shoot and then readjust after you shot, which resulted in wasting a lot of magic. So I'm happy that's in here now. Alright. Cool, cool. So is anyone else playing Skyrim these days? Let me know down in the comments. What kind of character you're playing, what other games you're playing. Are you guys playing Doom? Doom VFR, that's out on Steam and on PSVR. There's a workaround to get it working on Rift if you want to do that. It's out on Vive as well. But here we are with Skyrim VR. This is our go-to game for the most part. I'm level 12 right now. My companion is Uthgerd the Unbroken. She's my trusty companion who's been with me for a while now. I think the past 3 streams, if I'm correct. This is my house here at Lakeview Manor over near Falkreath. I haven't fully expanded it yet. I'm still working on it. I need to finish furnishing the main entry hall. Then around here on the other side, there's I think what I decided to build was an enchanter's tower so I can enchant stuff. I've got my apiary here. I've got different spots to go mining. I've got Lydia. She's my steward at this house. Takes care of it for me.
See you again, my thane.
Does a good job. Alright. So I think we're good to go. Let me see what kind of quests I have available at the moment. The Silver Hand. Okay, this is part of the Companion's quest line. I can do that one. If you guys want to see that, go ahead and let me know. This one is in my time of need. I found a red guard who was trying to flee these people. She wants me to hunt down and kill the guy that's trying to kill her. So that's what that quest is. Dawn Guard, that's another piece of DLC content. I'm probably not going to start that one today. Taking care of business. Locate this guy. I haven't done this one yet. So we have a question about the clarity and how it looks compared to the non-VR version. I think that's what you're asking. Whenever I'm in the VR headset here, I can't actually see the full comment. It just pops up with the little abbreviated version. So I think you're asking how does VR compare to non-VR. It definitely is not as crisp. It's a little blurry. Resolution's lower. Graphical detail is lower. It looks about like it did on PS3, but it does not look as good as the enhanced edition on PS4. That's the best way to describe it. So Mousy, the compass is actually down here below me. You just can't really see it on the stream because the stream cuts off the bottom portion of... yeah. If you moving it to the top would be helpful. It goes to the top when you're riding your horse, but it goes back down to the bottom whenever you're on foot. I kind of like it down at the bottom really because it doesn't get in my way. It doesn't distract me, and I find myself actually looking at the game more instead of just looking at the compass. So that's kind of a nice accidental feature in a way. How does it compare to other VR titles? Well, it depends on what you mean by that. Visually, I think it's about on par with Farpoint or Robinson. I think it looks about like that. But in terms of, overall visuals, it obviously doesn't look as good as some games that were built from the ground up for VR. Like, I think Super Hot has incredible visuals. It's more simple, but I think it looks really, really sharp. Farpoint looks pretty good. It might look a little bit better than Skyrim just because it was made for VR. But I think it's similar to Robinson, I think would be the best comparison if you're familiar with that game by Crytek. CMG, yeah, there's a great sense of depth and scale. I think that's the thing this game does best. It really, I feel like I'm surrounded by trees here. I feel like there's a lake and an ocean and a giant mountain. It has a great sense of presence. The 3D effect is really nice, really good depth. It's the most engrossing VR game I've played, I think, I would say.
Hello there, fellow traveler.
As a wanderer, can you teach me about speech? No. What are you doing out here, bro?
Some may find their inspiration tucked away in tomes, or by carousing in the cities. But I find
what are you talking about? He's a bard, I guess?
Expanses of Skyrim. For a generous
yeah, Fred,
traveler,
I think
of course.
I think Smooth Movement was a great addition. I still have a few issues. I wish there was a way to see your character. There's no way to see my character in third person at all. If there was just like a mirror you could put in your house to take a look, or just the ability to see yourself in the menu somewhere, something just so I can see what my guy looks like. Because right now, after you make your character in customization, you never get to see him again. And it kind of, feels like it defeats the purpose a little bit. Ooh, okay. You want to start something?
Never a bad time to get lost.
Boom. All three of them. Just like that. Look at that. Right in the head. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Another thing I would like, if there is a way for you to actually move bodies, because you can do that in the non-VR version, but they took it out for the VR version. You can pick up and move items like this sword. See, I can pick it up and move it around and toss it, but I can't do that with the body. It's kind of disappointing. Okay, where's that other guy? Over here. He was trying to hide. Oh man, this guy had the best stuff. Alright, took care of those bandits, no problem. Where's Uthgerd? Is she doing anything? Oh, of course, now she's here. Great. Super useful. Got some mage robes. Those will sell for a nice penny. CMG, yes. Fallout 4 VR. It is not that far away. It's only coming out on Vive for now. It comes out on December 12th, I think. That's only 10 days away, so, near the end of next week, basically. So, yeah, that's going to be a big game for VR, because that game was originally announced a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. yeah, I think a lot of people are excited for that, and I think Skyrim proves that games like this can be ported over to VR well and not lose too much of what makes them special. Because that was a big fear that I had, is, you know, this game coming over to VR, is it really gonna be that good? Is it gonna, you know, function well? Is the tracking gonna be good enough on PSVR? Will it really look as good? And, you know, I think it answers all those questions. It doesn't look quite as good as the non-VR version, and that's fine. But the whole game is here. You know, this is all of Skyrim. All of it's in VR. It's much bigger than any other VR game. Yeah, so I think Fallout 4 has a lot of potential. And Mousy, you're asking about coming to PSVR. I think it will probably next year. I know it's not this year. That's only on Vive first, just like Skyrim's only on PSVR first. But, you know, Doom VFR is on both. It runs pretty well on both of them. We weren't as big on that game as we are on Skyrim. You can read our full reviews of Doom and Skyrim over at uploadvr.com if you want. You know, Doom, we didn't score as high, and we didn't feel like it was as good of a game. But yeah, Fallout, I think it'll eventually come to PSVR. It's just a matter of, you know, time. I'm assuming there's an exclusive agreement of some kind. Boom. Those wolves don't stand a chance. What's over here? What do we got here? I thought there was something over here. VR did get Resident Evil 7 first, but next year, and you know, next month actually, just in January, I think the exclusive agreement is up. It was only for a full year. So that means the PC version of Resident Evil 7 will probably be getting VR support next month or very soon after. So, you know, fingers crossed on that, because that is probably, to this day, my favorite VR game. Just in general, I think it is such a good implementation of VR. It's so terrifying, much scarier in VR than it is outside of VR. Yeah, I think that's going to be a big one, and hopefully that comes out next month. You know, hope it doesn't, you know, delay too much, because Batman came out almost 6 months exactly to the day that it did on PSVR to PC. So hopefully they carry through with that as well for Resident Evil 7. So right now I'm not really going anywhere in particular. I'm just kind of riding around. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know, and I can kind of make my way towards something specific. Hey Octavia, how are you doing? I've got In My Time of Need as a quest that I can do. I just need to go kill this guy that's been harassing this prisoner that escaped. Missing in Action, I can you know, try to figure out where this person's son is being held captive. The Horn of Jurgen Windcaller, that's the main quest line. I haven't done that one yet, so I could go ahead and do that. I've got some different miscellaneous tasks that I can do. I can join up with the Imperial Legion. I can join the Stormcloaks. I can, you know, collect the bounty. There's a lot of different little options for me to do. So if anyone has anything in particular they want to see, let me know. For now, I'll go ahead and just activate In My Time of Need, because that quest is almost finished. So this will be something quick that I can knock out. It's located. I can't remember. I'm over here. I'm near the beginning. I'm over by Helgen and Riverwood, and I just came from my house over here at the Lakeview Manor. So I've just been, you know, hanging out, traveling around. Okay, there we go. So that's where the den is. Okay, it looks like the easiest way to get to it will probably be from this cave here. Yeah, it looks like that should be good. All right. Fallout 4 going to VR. We don't know for sure yet, but I think it's probably a fair bet to assume that it will end up on PSVR eventually. That's just my assumption. Probably sometime next year would be my guess. They haven't confirmed that yet, though. So just kind of have to wait and see on that. But I would assume so, because Skyrim is likely going to end up on PC eventually for VR, and Doom came out on both. So I think it's a fair guess to assume that Fallout will also end up on PSVR eventually. Probably sometime next year. And that's just 10 days away. We'll have that in our hands very soon. We'll be doing a lot of coverage of it, just like we did with Skyrim. We're gonna live stream it. We'll record gameplay videos. We'll have a full review go up on the site as soon as we possibly can. So you're not gonna have to wait too long to see what our thoughts are on that full game once Bethesda gives us access. Oh boy, what are these guys? What are you doing? Oh, these are bandits. Okay. What the heck? Okay, I gotta save my horse. Get out of there. Okay, Tinkerbell. That's the name of my mace. Oh man. What the heck? There we go. Ooh. These guys hit hard. Man. Are these two bandit chiefs at the same time? Oh my gosh. Wow. These guys do not mess around. This came out of nowhere to attack me. Don't have many healing potions. So this does not look like it's going too well. I could use that more often.
Are you prepared to die?
There we go. Where are the other ones at? Does melee feel natural and responsive? Well, it's hard to say. There's not a whole lot of feedback. It's not like I feel myself hitting something with my shield or my mace. So, that isn't as responsive as it could be, but that's just because the technology doesn't exist for that yet. Overall, I would say it feels really good. I mean, I love fighting with a one-handed weapon and shield. That's my preferred form of combat, really. Using bow and arrow is great too. But yeah, I think overall it feels really good. I don't have many complaints in terms of how it feels, given what the limitations of the tech are right now. I'm pleasantly surprised. And no, I don't actually have any motion sickness personally. I've never really had to deal with that before, luckily. I know some people do, and that's, yeah. Vibration of the controllers. Yes, CMG, there is vibration, so you do get some of that tactile feedback of it feeling like you're, hitting something and making contact. And
I cannot best you.
oh, he's fleeing. Boom. Man, you can't run from me. What are you trying? Look at that. Arrow went straight through the back of his head. Doesn't get much better than that. I'm a regular marksman over here. One of my favorite things about Skyrim, and something that's carried through in the VR version, is just the vistas. Just the way that the landscape looks, and having the sky up there at the top, and just the way the stars and clouds look, and every night looks and feels different. The weather changes, and yeah, it's definitely, very, very satisfying to experience. And thanks, CMG. Yeah, bow and arrow is something you really have to practice with in Skyrim VR. It takes a good deal of experimentation. It's not something that you can just pick up and do immediately. I literally went to a target in Whiterun and I practiced shooting, which is something that you would never do in the non-VR version of the game, because you just aim with your reticule and you're good to go. But in the VR version, you have to actually aim. So, oh, whoa. Yep, you surprised me, but that didn't help you in the end. Yeah, you're right. Some VR does have a sort of a dome effect to it, and on the stream, it looks like kind of like a fisheye lens that I'm looking at on your stream right now, but that's not how the game looks. It actually has a great 3D effect, and the sky has a very, very natural, skybox curve to it that looks really good, really convincing. The moons also look great. I think there's 2 moons, right? In Tamriel, there's that one there, and I think there's two. Yeah, there's another one over there. Yeah, I would love a game that would take us to those moons. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, let's go down to this cave and find this guy that we are meant to take out. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. You know, we love doing these live streams, and we can only really keep justifying the time spent to do them if we have, you know, people watch and tune in like you. So thanks for joining us on this journey.
I'm not sure I like these Lakeview warriors hiding out here.
Someone there?
Whoa. See, that first guy, I killed him in one shot because that was a great sneak attack. But this guy was a little bit more aware, so I wasn't able to do the same amount of damage. Octavio, Bethesda has repeatedly said that they want to bring their games to as many VR headsets as possible. That's what they keep saying. They haven't confirmed Fallout 4 VR is coming to PSVR, and they haven't confirmed Skyrim VR is coming to Vive. But I think it's a fair guess that sometime next year, each of those games will jump to the other side. They haven't said it. They haven't said when or anything, but I think we can kind of assume, you know, Fallout's gonna eventually release on PSVR. CMG, yeah, I totally agree with you. You know, it's one of the most immersive game experiences I've ever had. You know, this is a game I've played tons and tons of times. I've played it on PC, on PS3, on PS4, on Switch. I mean, I've played Skyrim so many different ways, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't change the fact that playing it in VR feels different. You know, it feels new. It feels fresh again. We've written a lot about it on uploadvr.com if you want to see some of that, and we have more gameplay videos on our YouTube channel. We've done several live streams already, so you can check some of that out on our YouTube channel as well. Oh, crap, I missed him. Dang it. Ooh, there it is, right in the back of the head. I love killing an archer right before he's able to shoot at me. It's like the ultimate way to kill an archer, because you kill him at his own game. This guy got... oh man, he went flying. Tux Cyver, yes, I have to face the PS camera at all times. I'll actually go over this real quick in case people are unaware. I'm using the two move controllers. You can play with DualShock as well if you want. But with the move controllers, the left hand, I point in the direction I want to go, and I press the move button here on the middle of the controller. So I point here, that's where I move. I point here. It's kind of like I'm directing my movement, and it kind of walks me around wherever I'm aiming. And that happens, it's the same if I have a weapon equipped. It doesn't matter what's in my hand, it always moves me that way. There is a teleportation feature as well if you get motion sick, but I don't like using that. And then on the right controller here, I can press circle or X to rotate. You can do snap turning if this makes you sick, but they just added the smooth feature like this today. And that's how movement works. It feels better than you would think. It takes a little practice to get used to the aiming where you go, but once you get that down, it actually feels really good. It isn't as hard to do as I would initially thought whenever I first heard that they added smooth movement with the move controllers. And in the smooth turning that they just added today in the 1.02 update is very good. It definitely makes the game feel better to me. I was not a fan of snap rotation, so I'm glad that they got rid of the necessity to use that and they added smooth for the move controllers. Okay, I don't think this cave is very big, so I think we're getting... ooh, okay, yeah. Ah, missed him. Dang it. There we go. Oh.
Now you're mine.
Oh man, okay. Let's back up here for a second. Reassess the situation.
You should have stayed in your precious forest. You won't get the best of me. You win. I
bow crosshairs. I disagree, actually. That would make it a little bit too easy. There's a perk that adds an aiming reticle on the screen that you can unlock, but I think I like it the way it is, where you have to actually aim using the bow and the arrow like you would in real life. If they had crosshairs, then that would kind of change things. It wouldn't be as realistic if I just aimed a crosshair on the screen.
Fight of a flea. You start running so I can stab.
Move out of the way.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Whoa! That was a cool way to kill her. Okay, sorry, I was in the middle of a fight, you guys, so if you've been asking me questions, I haven't seen them. I apologize for that, but go ahead and repeat your questions if you've asked me anything recently, because I probably missed it. It's hard to keep up with chat while combat's going on. I think this area is cleared out, looks like. Go ahead and heal up a little bit. There we go. Very good, very good. Yeah, I think what they've done, Octavio, is they've confirmed that it's coming, but we just don't know exactly when. They haven't, released a statement saying, Skyrim VR is coming to PC VR headsets in, Q3 2018 or whatever. That hasn't happened, so we know that it is coming. They've pretty much said that, but we don't know exactly when. Unless they've said something today or very recently that we just totally missed. But I don't think so. Bethesda communicates with us pretty openly, and they haven't really confirmed any of that yet. Okay. I already got all this. Let's keep going. The sneak attacks are so crucial for the bow and arrow, and I miss them. Frustrating because it alerts the enemies to your presence if you don't hit them with that initial sneak attack. Ooh, yeah, miniguns in VR. And I think, what's going to be great is using the jetpack on the power armor. I mean, that's going to be crazy fun to do in VR. I'm in Fallout. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And, building settlements, that's the main thing for me, really, because, building a house in Skyrim is nice and everything, but you don't get to really, pick, like, where the walls go and, what type of, what the house design is going to be like, but in Fallout you do, so it's going to be really cool being able to manipulate and move stuff with my hands. That's something you can't do in Skyrim. Okay. Have I rode a dragon yet? Not in VR. I haven't gone to that part. That's something I definitely want to do. I'm level 12, so I should be able to start the Dragonborn DLC soon. I've obviously did it on the non-VR version, but I haven't ridden a dragon yet in VR, so that's something I'm working towards. Oh, dang it. Bear trap. One thing I would love, if Bethesda wanted to do this, would be for them to bring the survival mode from Enhanced Edition. I think that would be really cool to try in VR. It would make it even more immersive to have to eat and everything.
Proving your strength, boy. Let's avoid any more bloodshed. I think you and I have some things to talk about.
Okay.
Stay your hand, warrior. It's no secret why you're here, and you have proven your skill in combat. Let us talk a moment. And no one else needs to die. I think we can all profit
okay, he's
from the
that dude up
situation
there.
in which we find ourselves. My men will not attack you
Okay.
if you will lower your weapons.
Okay.
She sold the city out to the Aldmeri Dominion. Were it not for her betrayal, Tanith could have held its ground in the war. The other noble houses discovered her betrayal, and she fled. They want her brought back alive. The resistance against the Dominion is alive and well in Hammerfell. They want justice. She sold the city out to the Aldmeri Dominion.
Whoops.
Were it not for her betrayal,
Alright.
could have held its ground.
Put my weapons away. We're good now, guys. Don't attack me. I just, you know, murdered all of your buddies, but, you know, pay no attention to that. I'm gonna take your potions and your mead. Don't mind me.
What are you doing that for?
You don't know me, man.
Yes.
The Eagle Eye perk. Last I checked, is it adds a targeting reticle on the screen. Hopefully they don't attack me. Let me save real quick. I can show you exactly what it does. All right, just saving. Almost done. All right, cool. So the Eagle Eye perk. If I'm drawing my bow, I can hold down the block button and it shows a little targeting reticle. Yeah, I don't really like using it because I feel like it kind of cheapens the experience a little. It makes it less satisfying when I get a hit. Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Need something? Of course. Senpai. What is it that she's calling herself?
The block
these
button
days?
is the
Shazra?
trigger on the left
Sadia?
move
One of those,
controller.
correct? Did she appeal to your sense of honor? Your greed? A more base need, perhaps? It doesn't matter. No doubt she's convinced you that she's the victim. But do you know why we pursue her? Assassins? No, nothing so crass. Sadia, as you know her, is wanted by the noble houses of Tanith for treason.
CMG, I
We were
totally
hired to see
agree.
her
VATS and
return
VR is going to be
Hammerfall
awesome.
for her crimes.
The cool thing you can
You
do
can
with
help us with
Skyrim
that.
is whenever you bring up the
And
favorites
make sure no
menu
one
or
else
your
gets hurt.
inventory, it freezes the game so I can move around. So like if someone's shooting an arrow, I can bring up my favorites menu, have the arrow right here, and I can kind of step out of the way and look at it. Same thing with dragon fights. A couple streams ago we did that with the dragon. It was really cool. So where are these guys after her?
Mary Dominion. Were it not for her betrayal, Tanith could have. The other noble houses discovered her betrayal. and she fled. They want her brother. The resistance against the
Kodago,
Dominion
I have two
is
main
alive and
complaints.
well
One
in
is that
Hammerfell.
the
want
interface is
justice.
not very VR friendly. See how everything is just like a flat menu? I can actually walk and look over here at the menu. It breaks the immersion, you know, that I'm having to point and move up and down menu options like this. Same thing with the inventory, all that kind of stuff. I wish they had done a better job of making it feel more VR friendly. The other complaint is there's no way to see your character. There's no third-person view of any kind. Yeah, so I wish they had done something like that.
She trusts you, at least to some extent. She sent you after us. Convince her that we'll be coming for her, and she needs to leave. We'll be waiting to take her into custody. I'll gladly share a portion of the bounty in return.
I think
for
I'm going to
your
listen to this
efforts.
guy. I'm going to do that.
We'll be waiting for you at the stables. It will be good to finally be able to
I
return
feel like he's
home.
probably telling the truth.
Yes.
She seemed kind of shady whenever I talked to her, so... yeah, I don't know if I trust her.
Need something?
I agree. I think third person does work pretty well in VR. You know, Edge of Nowhere is a great Rift game. There's a lot of really cool... You know, the Robot Rescue on the PSVR Playroom VR was really good. You know, I mean, third person could totally work. It just takes a little bit of extra development time and care. But I mean, even if I'm supposed to be the character, and even if they don't want you to control your character in VR, at least let me see them in the menu. You know, like a reflection of what I look like, or let there be like a mirror that I can look in, or just anything like that would have helped. Yeah, exactly, Paul. Like, just let me look in a mirror or something. Yes, Octavia, I do remember Minecraft in VR. That is still a good port. You know, if you have a Gear VR or Rift or PC headset. There's a game called Discovery on PSVR that's a lot like Minecraft. If you guys want to play Minecraft in VR but you don't have a PC headset. That's something that's an option for you. But yeah, Skyrim is way more impressive than Minecraft in VR, because those procedural games, while they can be big, they're not whole lot of original content, so it's not quite the same as porting a full open world RPG like this. So this is definitely more impressive to me. Octavio, I don't think Discovery is free. I don't remember how much the price is, but you can look it up. It is on PSVR. It's out already. Yes, CMG Wilson's Heart has a great mirror moment where you have I don't want to spoil it, but if you have a Rift and you have access to a good PC and you want to play a really good kind of spooky, unsettling VR game, Wilson's Heart, highly recommend that one. Let me go back to Whiterun. Wakar, see, I don't actually suffer from motion sickness. I never have. I'm lucky that way. So it doesn't give me any motion sickness personally. I use smooth movement in all VR games. I always have, always will. Onward, was one of the first big ones that really did it well. It doesn't make me sick, but I know it makes some people sick. You just have to try it out. And yes, Batman has another great mirror as well. Mirrors in VR are just always so cool, and having one in Skyrim would be amazing. Or just a way to see my character in any way. Like, it doesn't have to be a mirror. It could be just in a menu. Kodago, I think it's going to port great to the Vive. Being able to move around 360 and, turn and not have to face forward all the time and have a trackpad that I can maybe move with instead of having to hold down a button. I think it's going to be great on the Vive. It'll probably be better than the PSVR version, to be honest. It'll look better too, which will be great. Yeah, the aim is hard to find. I feel like they underestimated the popularity.
Any news of the Alakir?
Hey CMG, yes I have. We've actually live streamed it, and you can see my review at uploadvr.com. I really did like From Other Suns.
I thought they weren't allowed within the
It's quite a bit of fun.
But where will I go? I can't keep running forever.
I feel kind of bad for
After all this,
selling her
I have
out.
to pick up and leave again? If you really think this is the only way, I trust you. Let's not waste any time.
Yep, this is the only way. I'm sorry. You have to leave. You have to go right now. Little does she know, I have those bandits waiting for her. Or I guess they're not bandits technically. I don't really know what I would call them. But she's not going to be too happy once she gets out there and finds out it's an ambush this whole time.
Maybe some other time I will.
Go, hurry. That's a good point, Octavio. They very well might announce Fallout for PSVR and PSX. I will be there personally. I'm going to be there this weekend. So, keep an eye out on uploadvr.com. We're going to have coverage of PSX, impressions, articles, videos, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, keep an eye out, uploadvr.com. That's where you can check out all of the latest PSVR news. One thing that's going to be cool is Dreams is going to be there. I'm going to get to go hands-on with Dreams. I don't know if I'll get to play it in VR, but I will get to see the game in its current state, which is awesome, because we haven't seen or heard anything about Dreams in a very long time. And that's from the Media Molecule team, the people that made Little Big Planet.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my clothes.
Okay. She is not going to be happy. I can tell you right now. She's about to find out that this is all a big trick. Almost there. Here she goes, and here's the horse.
We meet at last.
There we go.
What is this? What have you done?
Sorry, Sadia.
Come now.
Sorry.
You didn't really expect to manipulate
No, Octavio,
people forever.
it did say 2
Your
legends,
luck
but
had to run out sometime.
what if it was Kojima? What if, this whole time... Oh my gosh. Petrificus Totalis on her, I guess, huh? Yeah, what if it's a Kojima VR
Now
game?
we'll take
That'd
our
be
friend
interesting.
here back to Hammerfell, where she will pay the price for her treason. Not on the way back. Once she gets there.
Alright.
And as for you,
How much did I get?
well, Here you go.
Did you make it worth my
Spend it
time?
wisely, and if I
500,
may,
not bad, not bad.
Don't allow yourself to be fooled by. She sold the city out to the Almeri.
Stealth is
The
pretty
other
good.
The resistance against the Dominion
it's not bad.
is alive and well in
that's not my preferred way to play. I like to, get up in people's face and do melee, and I do bow and arrow here and there just to get a little bonus damage from a distance. Uncharted VR. Yeah, Octavia, I think that's pretty far-fetched. I don't think we're going to hear anything about that. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would put that pretty low on the list of possibilities. Alright. See, one of the things that's great about Skyrim in VR or outside of VR is that once you're out in the world, there's no load screens. So I can walk essentially from where I am now all the way to, all the way over here to Solitude. I can go all the way over to Macarth. I can go all the way around the mountain to these other cities back here, like, what is it, Windhelm? Yeah, Windhelm over here. Find the College of Winterhold. I can go to the Fort Dawnguard. I can take the boat over to Solstheim. All these different places, there's no load screens. So in one of the first streams we did, I actually went all the way to the top of High Hrothgar up there. No load screens at all, the entire journey. And that's something that makes Skyrim really special, I think, in that it really feels like you're in a world. All these characters have names, all the characters have jobs and lives that they have to go about and do. That's right, Paul. I could fly on a dragon too. Once I get the dragon ability, I could totally fly up to the top of the mountain. I could fly across the whole game. Yeah, it's crazy. Really crazy. So I think we're really at a pretty good stopping point here. I completed one of my quests that I had lingering, did a dungeon. I'm almost level 13. The next time we play, that I'll probably complete the werewolf, so I can become a werewolf fully. And I need to keep working on my house. I can join the Dawnguard, and then the big one, what I really want to do is go unlock the ability to ride a dragon. That would be awesome. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. You can comment on our articles on uploadvr.com. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. We love doing these live streams. It's great to show you guys different VR games that you might not have a chance to play yet. If there are any other games that you want to see on Rift or Vive or PSVR or any of the headsets, even the Windows ones, let us know. Comment, tweet at us. Just let us know what kind of games you want to see us streaming, because we love to do Skyrim, but we're totally open to doing other stuff as well. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And visit uploadvr.com for all the latest in our game reviews and game news. And we'll be at PSX this weekend, so we'll have a ton of content, a ton of news coming out. Oh my gosh. Is a dragon attacking my house? Oh, it is! Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna have to fight the dragon before I go. I can't let this dragon burn my house down. It's a frost dragon. Oh man. Did not expect that. Alright. Gotta get Tinkerbell out. See this? I can freeze and get a real good look at that dragon. That's so cool. Alright. Dang! So then take care of it. Look at that. Go, ladies. Go, Lydia. Uthgerd. I'll just switch back to my bow. A little damage. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. I think Lydia just earned her keep. Oh my gosh. That was fantastic. Whoops. Wow. Now I'm only playing on a depth, I don't play on legendary. Oh my gosh. Talk about a great finale. Okay. Paul, you're asking about Fallout. Yes. We will likely be streaming that before release. It depends on when we get access to it, on what the embargo is, all that kind of stuff. It's up to Bethesda, really,
We've
If
stopped. What
they
is it?
say that it's okay for us to stream it ahead of time, then we can do that.
What do you need to take?
Okay, I need to give her some of my stuff because I am over encumbered right now and I can't hardly move. I'll give her that. Sort of sparks. No, I'm going to keep that. Apparel. I think I have some steel armor I can hand her. Iron armor. There we go. Iron shield. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Let's go.
Alright, great. Well, that was a pretty cool finale. One of the cooler ones that I could possibly had. A freaking dragon attacked my house. And we got to see Lydia mount it and chop its head off, basically. Okay, well, that was really cool. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said, uploadvr.com. You can find all the latest news and reviews. And thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll be live streaming a lot of other stuff. And thanks for watching, you guys.